Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you are having a fantastic day. It is time for another round of in-depth candle reviews, as I have 3 more candles that have reached the point at where I'm comfortable doing an in-depth review on them. So hopefully I have the time to film all 3 of those videos today. They'll just kind of go up sporadically throughout the day here. So if you are not already subscribed to my channel and you are interested in more home fragrance related content like these in-depth candle reviews or candle hauls or my weekly home fragrance roundup, definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button before checking out of today's video. That way all of my future content will pop up in your subscription feed. Anyway, you guys, I am a little late in terms of getting around to burning and reviewing this particular scent. I don't actually think this is currently available at Bath & Body Works. I think that I picked this up during last holiday season, if I remember correctly. It was definitely towards the end of 2024. I think my intention was to burn this particular candle the week of Christmas as like my Christmas morning scent, if you will. Typically when I go for coffee fragrances, I tend to like more of a latte scented candle. So not only the delicious coffee note, but also with a little bit of creaminess. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like a sweet creaminess, but I mean, I'll definitely take that. But for me, I like that mix of the coffee note with that kind of creamy, frothy milk or creamy vanilla type note. This right here is much more of just a straightforward coffee bean scent. And I thought that might be kind of interesting in that maybe I could pair it alongside another candle. Like for example, I was thinking Kringle Reserve Sweet Cream, or maybe I could have Happy Birthday going in my Scentsy warmers to kind of add that, you know, vanilla creaminess, if you will, that way. Sorry, Alf is trying to adjust in my lap here as I film this video. So if the camera gets jostled around, that's why. But yeah, I thought this was kind of an interesting coffee scent. And so I went ahead and picked it up. I never did light it the week of Christmas. Honestly, I probably just forgot about it. So that's fine. I went ahead and grabbed this one a couple of weeks ago and have been burning it. And I like the scent. I'm not going to say that there's anything wrong with the fragrance, but the overall performance of this one has been a little bit of a nightmare for me. So I'll probably spend a little bit more time on that part of the review here. But anyway, let's go ahead and dig in with just the description. Just because I know I'm going to get this question here, I'm just going to really quickly at the beginning of the video tell you what these accessories are. So this is a Homeworks candle pedestal. I will link where you can currently get this in the description box. Mine was originally silver. I spray painted it white because that went a little better with my personal decor that I have here. The pedestal is available now in kind of an old gold finish that's actually really pretty, similar to the gold that you see in these candlesticks here. So anyway, if you're interested, I'll link it down below. This isn't like a hurricane or anything. This is actually a candle sleeve, so this you can easily pull up off of the candle. The candle sleeve I picked up at Amazon. If you don't have one of these, they're a really great accessory to have for candles like this one that just don't behave. It can help a candle that doesn't want to pull out a little bit quicker. It helps to essentially retain the heat and gives your candle a little bit of a boost to get going. I typically don't leave this sleeve on the entire burn. There's not a lot of airflow there, as you can see, and I don't want this candle sleeve to get too hot. So after the candle pulls out, I will typically pull that sleeve off. So I'll have a candle sleeve linked in the description box as well. But anyway, in terms of the scent description here, let me go ahead and read you what was written on the bottom of the candle. So they say here, enjoy the room-filling aroma of fresh coffee beans as you pour yourself a cup of ambition. So not really a whole lot to talk about here in terms of the fragrance. Like I said, this does very much smell like an authentic coffee bean or ground coffee scent. It's very straightforward. I think it's very accurate or authentic. It's like I am sticking my nose into my bag of my Costco Kirkland medium roast coffee beans. That's exactly what this smells like, which is kind of why I was drawn to it when I picked it up in store. You know, I figured it's missing the creaminess, but it smells exactly like my bag of coffee beans at home. So in terms of the accuracy of the scent, this is spot on. It's a great fragrance. I actually did a little bit of research about this particular scent, and it turns out that there was actually a Reddit thread about this particular fragrance. I guess people were going nuts over it. And it seemed to sell out pretty quickly. I feel like when I was in store buying my holiday candles, they had a ton of these. So I don't know, maybe the people in my area weren't like onto the hype here. So, but yeah, apparently this was a very sought after fragrance. If you like coffee scents, I can see why you would go gaga over this. It's a great one. It's a great scent. Let's talk strength and throw though. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know how it is possible for a coffee scent to have this low of a strength and throw. Typically coffee, no matter what company I have gotten it from in terms of home fragrance, has been fairly potent. I mean, at least noticeable in the room when you walk into it. This candle has gone from having a strength and throw during certain burns of about a 3 to sometimes being like around a 5, but a 5 at the very most. So really barely medium in terms of strength and throw. And again, for a coffee scent, that just really surprised me on this one. Another thing that has been an absolute nightmare with this scent is that it has had drowning wicks almost the entire time. So during the time when I've been dealing with the drowning wicks, I have had a strength and throw of about a 3 because the wax pool it couldn't get very deep. The flames weren't tall enough to even melt enough wax. Despite having this candle sleeve on here, it just was not doing it. So then I would pour out some of the wax to give the wicks a little bit of room to, you know, expand. And for a short amount of time, I would have that throw of about a 5 because it was able to get a slightly deeper wax pool. And then those wicks would go back to being the puny wicks, where they were just barely hovering across the top of the wax pool. And then I would have to pour the wax out again. And it was kind of just this vicious cycle of these first several burns of me lighting the candle, waiting for it to pull out, watching it struggle. I would get enough wax pulled out with the sleeve only because it wouldn't pull out without the sleeve. And then I would have to pour out some wax. It would have a moment of brief, like, woo, it's working. And then it would go back to the puny wicks. So I think these are just bad wicks. I think that's my main beef with this candle. It's mostly the wicks. And I felt like I had to waste a lot of this wax. I could have probably poured it into one of my Scentsy warmers or something, but my Scentsy warmers had other things going at the time. So I just poured the wax into these little fire starter things that I make. But yeah, like I was just really disappointed with the overall performance here. It wasn't that it got sooty on me. The fragrance was great. The only complaint is the wicks. It just did not have any, it wasn't able to like get the flames that it needed to actually get going. So it's definitely a bummer because like I said, in terms of just a great straightforward coffee scent, this has it in spades. I'll give you guys the overhead shot of how it's doing today. The last burn that I had it going, I definitely had to pour off some wax. So right now I would say the flames are as good as they're gonna get. I should have honestly just went ahead and put this one into my candle crock. I think I would have had a better experience with it there, even underneath a lamp. You can see this has not even fully pulled out. And by the way, I've had this lit for an hour at this point. So you can see those flames are really struggling. Again, no discoloration. That has not been an issue, but I don't know how it even could have, you know, tried to misbehave with the lack of actual flames here. So for what it's worth, that's how this one performed. I'm sure this fragrance will come back. It seemed, like I said, like a quite popular scent. So I imagine that Bath & Body Works will circle back around with this one, and I'll try it again in the future and see if maybe they corrected the wick issue here. But yeah, dang, what a bummer in terms of performance. I could have taken it back and said, hey, these wicks are broken, if you will, but I don't know. I'm not going to do that. I had already burned it like to the halfway point when I thought about that. I'm not going to do it. I don't know, the associates at my store, some of them are a little weird when it comes to returns. So I just would rather pop this into a candle crock. So I think I'm going to go ahead and after this review, put the lid on it and put it into the crock pile and just leave it to finish it there. So no big deal. It's fine. Anyway, you guys, let me know if you have any questions. Let me know about your experience with this specific candle and if maybe you had some of the other iterations of this, because I don't think this was the only time that they released this like coffee bean scent. So yeah, anyway. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you are new. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and stay tuned for the next review that'll go live here in a few hours. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.